Hey, everybody, welcome to After Hours. I'm JT, Grilling at the Green, Golf News Network, all the places, and growing this year. By the way, the Golf Grilling at the Green TV show is, as you know, part of Golf News Network. Season 2 is coming up. We're going to start filming parts of that here in the next probably 4 months. And then the cooking stuff we do a little later in the fall. So look for this winter, season 2 of Grilling at the Green. We're talking with Dr. Kiran Kanwar today from Stanton University, and she has politely accepted to be abused here in After Hours. So, are you ready?
I am absolutely. Bring it
Uh,
on, Jeff.
okay. What's your favorite color lifesaver?
Color lifesaver?
Yeah.
I barely know what a lifesaver is. I know what a color is.
Okay. You got me on that one. If you could play a round of golf with one of your golfing heroes, who would it be?
Always Tiger Woods. I went to grad school 20 years ago. For 20 years, I've said I want to be the best coach and educated enough to deserve to be Tiger's coach. So it's always and forevermore going to be Tiger.
Okay, very good. Very good. Who was the biggest influence on you personally in your life? Whether it was golf or just going to school or as a human, as a mom, whatever. Who was the biggest influence on you?
I don't know if I had. I've always considered people say you must have some mentors, but I don't think I ever had one. And I don't know if I had any influence. It was just that I was golf crazy from the time I hated golf when I played it, but I was always so fascinated by trying to get better that it's like been my obsession ever since I can remember.
Okay, all right. So if you were declared supreme ruler of golf for one day over everything, what would Kieran Kanwar decree as supreme ruler of golf? You get one decree.
Give everybody a shot at trying the hand at golf, and if they love it, give them the opportunity to play it somewhere, indoors,
Okay.
outdoors, I don't care. The whole planet.
I think you're probably the only person that said that on the show. I like that answer a lot, but I think you're the only one that's ever said it. If you could get a lesson from a touring pro, which touring pro would it be?
I would not get a lesson from a touring pro, but I might consider a lesson with with the President Trump because he has the closest swing to the one that I've developed, the minimalist golf swing. And he doesn't move the body much and he moves his arms, which is giving him a decent shot even at his age.
That is his swing. My swing is probably closer to his swing than it is tour player swing anymore.
Right, because you have a wider chest.
Yeah, I'm a big guy. So, do you remember the first time you ever picked up a golf club?
I was 16 years old, and my dad got this, a friend gave him this broken down set of clubs. Like somebody'd be even embarrassed these days to hold on to such clubs. And we both went and tried our hand at it because he was a member of some club in those days. And we were the two worst golfers on the planet, but that was our first experience of golf.
Yeah, well, that's like a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's what motivates you to try and get better and better and better.
If you could dine with a historical figure, anybody, who would it be and what would be on the menu?
It would be Mary, Queen of Scots. I'm most fascinated with how she had the guts and the gumption to play golf even a couple of days after her husband was murdered. I teach golf history and I'm most fascinated. As to the menu, I probably would just politely decline to eat any of the thousand courses that would be served because I'm vegetarian.
Well, I'm sure they have some vegetables and
Yeah,
fruit and
and
stuff.
then
So
there's always the dessert, right?
that's always the good part.
Yes.
That's always the good part. You watch golf on TV sometimes?
Yeah, all the time. Yes.
Okay. What's one thing you wished spectators at pro tournaments would not do?
So I'm very old school and I absolutely don't believe in throwing things at people and disturbing the peace because golf has, at least traditionally, if you're playing traditional golf, if you go to top golf, by all means, do whatever they let you. If you're in a venue where there's traditional golf going on, then please respect the players because it's not a place I've heard people be, like rather drunk and abusive and, saying nasty things, which is just not a part of what golf historically to someone of my generation means. And to what extent are we going to allow younger people to just because we need the numbers to behave what I call badly?
I had a thought, and I brought this up on a show last week, I think when Brendan was on the show, Brendan DeYoung. I said that I think that if some guy in the gallery yells mashed potatoes, which we've heard, I think there should be a security guy with a bowl of hot mashed potatoes and gravy and just dump it on their head.
I love that's the chef in you, Jeff.
That's the chef in me. Yeah, and Brendan was like, yeah, that could probably work,
Yeah.
like that.
But will it be cooked by a famous chef like you, or would it just be the ordinary garden variety of mashed potatoes and
I
gravy?
think at something like that, to make a point, you just do the instant mashed potatoes and the packaged gravy.
Perfect. That's all they
Don't
deserve.
waste any good food on a guy like that. What is the first song, if you have one, that you want to hear when you get in your car in the morning and start it up to go to work? What's the song on the radio?
It just depends. But I mean, I don't know in the car, but I have some specific favorites that I've always. One is Frank Sinatra's because they resonate with me. I did it my way. And
Yeah,
the other is Helen Reddy's I Am Woman. And
there you
those
go.
are to me so motivating and exciting that and I love the rhythm, the beat, the song, and the words.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Carolyn Inglis, who's a former tour player, now works just a few blocks from where I live. She's a big Taylor Swift fan. She's a Swiftie. And she put me on the spot because she said, do you even know any Taylor Swift songs? And I'm like, nope, I don't. I'm sure I've heard some, but I couldn't tell you their titles or anything like that. But she's a big Swiftie, and
Yeah.
I agree with you with Frank and those guys. Doc, do you have any regrets in your life? Anything you kind of wish maybe you hadn't done, but you did anyway?
No, I've always been the perfect human being. I've never had done anything that I would regret having done. My only regret is that I want more years in my life to do what I want to do, but I'm making the best of the years that I have. I'm as healthy as I can possibly be, and I'm trying very hard to get to where I want to go. So
Well,
no
that's a good
regrets, and
answer.
I don't believe in looking back ever.
Okay, I can get that. Let's talk tours for a minute here. Name a player that you think is underrated on one of the tours. Can be man, woman, whatever. But you observe golf a lot. Name a player that you think is slightly underrated.
I don't know if they're underrated. The one player I like on the PGA Tour really because he's pretty smart and he has interests other than just golf is Victor Hovland. I don't think he's underrated because he's doing quite well, but with some guidance, he could be really brilliant and lead on the tour all the time.
Yeah, he's a sharp kid.
Yes.
He's a sharp kid. What's your favorite movie?
Anything that's romantic and funny. I don't want to waste my tears crying over any serious stuff. So I don't
Okay.
have any particular, maybe Sound of Music is something I'd watch again, but just something that bright colors. These days they're all like dark and gloomy with dragons and monsters, and that's not my cup of tea. Something
You're
happy and funny and romantic and cute.
not a Game of Thrones fan?
Not at all.
Okay. If and when you ever retire, what would you like to do?
I'm not thinking retire. I just graduated with a PhD in 2019 and lost a couple of years to COVID. And I'm not thinking retire. When the universe wills it, might be forced into it, but I don't even know the meaning of the word yet.
Okay, very good. Very good. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
A horse. I love horses, Jeff,
Do
just
you?
like you.
I spent my life around them.
They're
That's
beautiful. I love them. My
magnificent.
head turns if I see some mounted police or anything, my head just turns on the road to see a horse. I love it. I even love the manure of the horse, which might
Yeah.
be a weird thing to say.
Well, no, I think it's all good. Okay, a couple more here real quick. What is the biggest change that you think needs to be made, if any, in number one, pro golf, and number two, amateur golf?
I just think more people I in pro golf I don't know because what could they are trying their best I feel given whatever options they have In amateur golf, I would find a way to find populations of kids who are really athletic based on their gene pool or whatever. Like we have little communities in India where they're producing a lot of athletes in other sports, and give every kid the opportunity to try their hand at golf. Why not? Why is it so restricted? And I have to give a shout out to the Tiger Woods Foundation and the Learning Lab. I was just there last Saturday. They turned 20 years old. And the work they're doing for underserved kids is phenomenal, not just STEM subjects, but also golf. So, if we had tons of learning labs all over the planet, not just in the US, many more kids could play golf, and the sport would be just where I would love it, the sport on the planet.
I've made a few donations to Tigers Foundation quietly. I've never said that out loud before, but I've made a few donations over the years to that because I believe in what he's doing there. Okay, last question. If I gave you a box with everything that you've lost in your life, what would be the first thing you would reach for?
I don't think I've lost anything in my life. The only thing that only loss that mattered to me was when my mom passed. I mean, that's life and that's inevitable, but that was my biggest loss.
Yeah. Well, my answer to that, one of my guests flipped that on me and I said my dad, because my
Same,
dad's
similar.
been gone
Yeah,
for a long time and I think about him every day.
right.
Dr. Kanwar, again, where can people find you? How can they find you? Your websites, etc.
Yes, so my website is www.yourgolfguru.com. It's got tons of articles and videos that you can have a look at. You might fall asleep. There's so much material there. And then I'm on all the social media platforms. Anywhere you can just Google me, Kiran Kanwar Golf or Kiran Kanwar or the Minimalist Golf Swing System, and you'll find me wherever you look.
All right, Dr. Canmore, thank you very much for taking the time with us. I've enjoyed our visit. I've enjoyed getting to know you a bit, and we will do this again at some point.
Thank you for having me, Jeff. It was great fun. Thanks so much.
No problem. We will be back next week with another edition of After Hours, abusing somebody else with a big smile on our face. Until then, go out, have some fun, play some golf, but most importantly, be kind. Take care, everybody.